question about attachment.
Yes.
When you're talking about not trying to control people,
Yes.
how does that work with young people that are your children?
Yes. Yeah, that is a good question. Young children, until they're grown up, is our responsibility. Okay? So you say, young children, I don't control you, do whatever you like, then you are not performing dharma. So basic key word is dharma. Okay? What is dharma? What maintains universal order is called dharma. In short, everything is in the detail in the books. Dharma, performing your dharma. As a mother, your dharma is to take care of the child up to a certain age. Until then, they don't know what to do. They can go in wrong direction. So you have to control them. You have to guide them with love. Okay, that is dharma. So all of us have our dharma, whatever we do. My duty as a teacher is to teach. Okay, what is non-attachment for me? Non-attachment is I teach the message, people follow it, they benefit. Some don't follow it, they go in wrong direction. I'm not touched by it. That is non-attachment. Like sun is shining, sun is impartial. Somebody gets light and heat and feels thankful, but somebody stays in dark. Somebody gets sunburn. It is personal choice. So this is why we are responsible as performing duty. We have to do wholeheartedly. Okay. Suppose, like people say, well, they talk about love and compassion, and suppose you have to go to court, right? For some reason. Yeah, even going to court. If it's dharma, go to court. But without disturbing your peace. Like we had a rooming house, and sometimes I had to go to court. I let go of money and settle it, but sometimes it became necessary to go to court. I went to court. I had no animosity for the tenant. I would go out of my way to help. But it was my duty, because if I don't do that, then I'm encouraging people. After my surgery, I had bladder infection, and then urology group gave me runaround. Insurance is paying. So David helped me with paper. David is an attorney, so he got me papers. I filed the papers. The complaint went. Urologist group dropped me. But at least I heard so many complaints from so many students and so many patients. And my primary care doctor was also glad that somebody stood up to complain, because that way they would really realize. Okay, so that was my duty. I was not mad at the doctor. I was not mad at anything. It was my duty, because if I hide away from that, then I'm not doing my duty. So clarity of performing duty. When you are duty, then you don't get emotionally involved. You provide things for the children the best you can, but they grow up to be different, you cannot control. The thing you can tell, because children come in our life to settle the accounts. So if two twins, suppose, they are both different because they have different background from previous incarnation. Sometimes they give good example, that children to come to settle balance your books, because sometimes you did something wrong to someone and you are so powerful they cannot do anything to you. But to balance it out, it will come as a sick child in your life, and you will be willing to sacrifice everything and suffer just to pay the balance, So this way, so many people come as friends or enemy is just to settle the accounts. It is only we are working on ourselves. So when we go through suffering in life, we consider we are paying off the debts. And we have luxury, consider you are using up your valuable assets. If you take that approach, when good opportunity comes, meditate, find peace, and spread love instead of being arrogant or materialistic. When hardship comes, God, you are speeding up my evolution. Okay. Good. Nushan, share. Nushan has studied with me for some time and teaches yoga. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know exactly what to share. I've said the same thing so many times when I come, that
Yes.
I was always just practicing physical yoga, and then I was sort of interested in philosophy, but the teachers in the classes I would go to would like say one thing, and
Yes.
it was just like this little tidbit that I could never really grab. And then when I came to here for vacation, probably about 8-9 years ago, I looked up Shanti, and I looked up yoga in the yellow pages, and I found Shanti and called him up and asked him if he taught yoga, and he said, I teach real yoga, are you interested? And I was like, well, is it hot yoga? What level is it?
What level?
Yeah.
Yes.
And so he said, you come to real yoga, you'll see. And so I came, and I sat up in the bathroom the first night in our hotel and read these books, because the next day I was supposed to go back and ask him questions, and it was like a very enlightening experience, and I haven't stopped.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, Nushan was programmed, or so many yoga teachers are programmed to control the body. Body is the goal. And using that as a goal, they sacrifice joy of living. This is what happens. So body is a means. And we are so deeply programmed to be perfect, like certain alignment and certain this. People produce disalignment of the mind and emotions in the process of aligning their body, you know. So this is what I teach, total harmony of all those things.
And actually, when I came here last summer, I recorded something, a 30-minute routine that has been just wonderful. I do it almost every morning. I just listen to your voice, and it totally takes me out of the physical. Even though I'm doing physical things, it's a whole different experience, because the way you teach it is to being a witness of your body moving, and that you don't really move it. It's energy. And
yes, so
it's
this is all in the books, but I put on video so people can benefit. This book I wrote in 78, you know, this yellow book was 70, and I wrote the routine, which is simpler routine that in the shortest time you can attune yourself. And still I hold it to be true. I wish I have opportunity to train teachers to wake them up.
Yes.
You know.
I was just thinking about you the other day. Actually, I was, because someone came up to me, and we've talked about this, and they go, so, like, do you think I'm ready for the next level of yoga? And I'm like,
Spiritual level?
yeah, exactly. And they go, because I need something more. And I said, oh, maybe you should try the hot yoga. That must be what you're looking for. And then I send them to another studio, because they're like, so I'm looking for something more. And I'm just like, okay, all right. And it is, they're on a whole different path. And at one time I used to get really upset going,